Hi. Hello. I'm sorry. Was I a few minutes late? I apologize. It's been one heck of a day. I promised my family that I would spend some time and decompress this morning. So I was trying to just have a moment and, you know, be mellow. And there's a cat back there making noise. If you hear it, you might see the cat show up on this live. It's unpredictable. There's always an animal around us. I believe we have Darwin in the corner back there. So Darwin is he's in the proximity of me. We have a bunch of cats here, and Darwin is 2 years old, and he is so cute. So it was a much needed break this morning. There has been so much going on. Next week, I'm hoping that we can get back to just regularly scheduled uploaded content. As much as I love these live streams, it's sometimes more consistent for me to do the actual uploaded content that you're used to, which isn't so long and drawn out. Some of the people are like, "Oh my gosh, can you do a recap?" And I'm like, I can. Okay. We will get to what's going on with Jana. We will not be covering that immediately. There's other things that we can talk about, but I want to be clear. Last night, I spoke with you guys about some insider information that I had received about one of the Duggars involved in something to do with a child. And yes, I will confirm that it is Jana Duggar. And yes, I'm the one that broke the story. I also have obtained through the Freedom of Information Act the records related to what occurred due to the fact that there is it looks like there might be a corresponding DHS case. Certain aspects of this case are not available to the public. So I have at this point what is available to me. And then I had put in I made an FOAI request to Town as well, and I'm waiting for that. But I did receive earlier today a bunch of stuff from the clerk in what county is this? Washington County. Okay. And this one was already, this had missed the radar of everyone because let's be honest, this actually is happening in a circuit court, not in the district. So in Arkansas, you can actually access a lot of the court records, but this is not publicly available records. So you have to find it a whole different way. It is available through this one app that you can look to pay fines, and that's about as far as you can get. So let's start with the sisters going off. So yesterday, we talked to you about the Jill's statement and the Duggars statement. And then there was some statements by, I think that was who we talked about. But Jill so Ben and Jessa came out with a statement earlier today, and they are taking more of I would say, middle of the road approach with their statement. So Ben and Jessa's statement, which was released in an Instagram story, which will disappear in 24 hours, says, "From the moment we learned of the case against Josh, we have prayed that God would cause the truth to be made known, no matter what it was, and the facts would be followed wherever they led." They went on to say that we are grieved beyond words over the children exploited and ABUSE'd in CSAM, and we are thankful for our justice system and its punishment of such evils. Our hearts break for Josh's family, and we ask your continued prayers for them in the unfathomable grief and pain they are, what was that final word? That they are enduring. So I shared that out on my, who just released a statement? Oh yeah. Ginger and Jeremy released a statement, which we're going to get to in we're going to get to Jeremy's statement in a second. So some of you guys felt like Jessa's statement felt a little bit coached, or maybe it felt like they hadn't really been calling out Josh, saying that they were glad that the justice system goes after these people, but not directly stating that it was Josh that they were happy that they went after. Then saying like praying for Josh and we're so sad about what happened to the kids, but not directly stating that Josh is the person that did these things. So it was for many people, they felt like, oh, it's bold. They said the word evil. And then other people were like, no, it seems like someone in PR wrote it. I don't know. But if you don't have questions, one question that will not leave you with any doubt of what she's talking about is Ginger. So Ginger and Jeremy put out a statement which was very, very forceful. And I'll just read this to you as well. And I posted this on my Instagram, which you guys can always find at Without a Crystal Ball. So in her statement, she said, whoops. As we are processing this week's events, several thoughts have come into mind that we feel are important to share. We are saddened to the children who are a part of this content, and we are saddened for Josh's family, his wife, and his precious children. We are saddened for the dishonor that this has brought upon Christ's name. Josh claims to be a Christian. When a professing follower of Jesus is exposed as a hypocrite, the response of many will be to challenge the integrity of Jesus himself. They'll question the legitimacy of a savior whose so-called followers privately delight in the sins they publicly denounce. They literally called Josh a hypocrite. I was like, yes, yes, yes. You literally just called Josh a hypocrite. You called him a hypocrite. I'm so excited about this. Okay. They'll question the legitimacy of the Savior whose so-called followers privately delight in the sins of those they publicly denounce. This is why the Apostle Paul told religious hypocrites that the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles because of you. For Josh, you guys wait for it. For Josh, we fear for his soul. Did you hear that? For Josh, we fear for his soul. They believe that Josh is evil because they fear for his soul. If you're fearing for someone's soul, you believe they are going to hell. Yet, admit the sadness, there is gratitude. We are grateful that God is a God of justice who cares for the innocent and the helpless. And for all the people in the world, he especially loves children who are among the most vulnerable. This reality makes the existence of trafficking and CA one of the most horrific evils imaginable. It is an evil that God hates. So God hates what they've done. He hates what Josh is involved in. They are worried for Josh's soul, and they are so glad that God is a God of justice. They said, Jesus welcomed and cared for children, seeing their helplessness as an opportunity to protect, not exploit. And his harshest indictment was reversed for those who caused them to stumble. It would be better, and this is the verse that you guys, it's going to be reverberated. This is the one verse that it would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Did you hear that? The harshest indictment was reserved for those who stumble. It would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned to the depths of the sea. They are saying that Josh is dead to them and that Josh deserves the ultimate punishment. That's what that basically what that passage from the Bible is like you tie the millstone around the neck and you throw them and they drowned because of the worst of the worst. And for those who follow him, he requires the same compassion towards children. See that you do not despise one for these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven. The Apostle James put this care at the heart of true religion. Religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their affliction and to keep oneself unstained from the world. We are thankful to God for exposing Josh's actions and to a legal system committed to protecting the innocent and punishing the guilty in this case. We are grateful for justice. And this is the part I was screaming with this part because this is where she's talking about herself and her sisters. And she said, we are praying for further justice, vindication, protection, and healing for all those who have been wronged. Ha! It's likely, yes, that Jeremy wrote this. He is a pastor, okay? But the fact that this is put out, so I want to read the final paragraph for you one more time. We are thankful to God for exposing Josh's actions and to the legal system committed to protecting the innocent and punishing the guilty in this case. We are grateful for justice. We are praying for further justice, vindication, protection, and healing for all of those who have been wronged. So, Josh, Ginger, and Jeremy are not going to, they're not going to toe the line. They're not going to say pray for Josh. They're basically saying, throw Josh into the ocean and let him drown because he's unredeemable. Okay. So that is Ginger going off. I thought that was the most eloquent of all of the statements. The most Jill and Derek were more like, she said it was like a funeral to her, right? And she also, and Jill and Derek, I think a lot of what they did was also talked about hypocrites, talked about, Jim Bob, and there was a lot more at Jim Bob too, along with Josh. But this is very clear that she does want, Josh is dead to her. She wants nothing to do with Josh. Okay. Joy and Jill liked Ginger's post on Instagram. Yeah, well, I would expect that they would. Joy has not, as far as I can see, if she's posted anything yet. Joy has not posted anything yet, but Ginger has made it known. And I think with Jill, I feel like the same thing with Jill when she said that it was like a funeral to her. I think for the same thing in Jill, it was more like a funeral, she said, than a trial. I think for Jill, the same thing was said, Josh is dead to her. This whole, he doesn't exist to her anymore. So that's what we do with this. Okay. So I was looking, there was a lot of stuff that was coming out. Hold on a second. So there was a lot of stuff. There was earlier this week, there was actually yesterday. Anna was walking out of the court and she was seen like holding her hands. Okay. And there was some questions about Anna and her rings because there was a rumor going around that Anna, before Josh was taken in, was basically gave her his ring. So I just want to show you guys something that I just grabbed the screenshot of her and you can see that she's like looking down at her ring. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the video of of Anna and how quickly they walked out of the hearing. They walked so fast. Let me just show you. So the son actually captured this, but they walked so fast. I don't recall ever seeing anyone in this family walk this fast ever. Whoops. Hold on. I was trying to increase the size here. There we go. All right. So this is them walking out of court. And this is the son.
What's your reaction, Anna? You got anything to say, Jimbo? Jay, what's your reaction to what happened today? I'm just going to go back and come on, man.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys heard, but like after they took off, someone said, see you later, a-hole, to Jim Bob. So yeah, so they left very, very, very fast. And I spoke to someone that was there and I asked like, what was Anna's reaction like? So apparently like this is what I was told yesterday after I talked to someone last night after I did my last live stream. And what they said was that the jury like came back so much faster than they thought it was going to happen, to the extent that said, oh, we have a verdict. And then they like came back like, I don't even know, like 10 minutes later. That some people like, there was like, some people might not even gotten seats. Anyways, during the reading of the verdict, like Josh had like tears in his eyes, but Anna had no reaction, like literally none. That is what the person told me. Absolutely, positively no reaction whatsoever. Nothing. Stoic, no face, no emotion, period. Yeah. And I was like, wow, okay. She was probably in shock. I agree. Yeah, just no reaction at all. So someone was at one point when she was doing her power walk, she walked up, right? Real fast. And she looked down at her rings. So there was this rumor that was going around that she was given Josh's wedding ring, like he was convicted. And then someone said, oh, then Josh handed her his wedding ring and then he left. All the reports I was I read was that as soon as the conviction happened, they handcuffed him. And so Josh would not have been able to give Anna a ring at all. He wasn't able to hand her anything. He wasn't able to do any of that. So apparently people thought that when she was looking at her rings, it was because she had both rings on for both her and Josh, but she did not. It was just her wedding ring, just so you know. So I was able to find like a bunch of photos that kind of showed that she's always had the same ring. And then one thing I wanted to show you about Jill that I didn't notice before is when Jill was actually at the hearing, she was wearing some necklaces that were like kids made them. And one of them had her name in beads, which said Jill. And then the other one was just another one. And both of the necklaces were made by her kids. So I thought it was like kind of, almost like symbolic of her to wear necklaces made by her children. Like she brought her kids with her to court. She's been pretty, like, if you follow her on Instagram, she's been pretty outspoken about, like raising her kids differently. And, but I thought it was sweet that she wore these necklaces and that they were visible outside of her jacket. When everything was coming out as they were having the strain in their relationship, Jill had made a post on her Instagram, and it was about how, like even a child that is born and forced to grow up on a concrete slab. So like a flower is like, it was like this post where it likened a child's growth to a growth of a flower, and that even a flower can bloom in a crack on concrete, right? But that the best place to bring a child, to raise them for that flower to truly blossom is not on concrete. So over the years, she has found ways to kind of share her thoughts about her childhood. And so, I feel like she wasn't protected, but I think she will protect her boys. So yes, she wants justice and she has justice. Okay. So then let's see. One other thing is that TLC has scrubbed the Duggars from their website. So up until the conviction, TLC was allowing people to stream directly from their website and from their to-go app. So there's like a TLC to-go app. You could actually still watch the Duggars on their TLC to-go app and they watch on their website. When you now go to TLC Go, you cannot find Counting On. If you search, it's not available. When you search, it's gone. It is still on the Discovery Plus app, and it is still on YouTube. But TLC has never made a formal statement about leaving and their responsibility in this and making this family famous and ignoring all of the red flags and ignoring everything that was involved with this. They literally ignored everything. So now they just want to remove everything and act like they were never a part of their world. But you can still watch the Duggars on Discovery, the Discovery Plus app. And then for those of you that were wondering if there's Duggar compensation for them being on this, like if there's royalties, my understanding with TLC, with all of their with all of their shows, is there are absolutely no royalties for reality television. You're paid for the filming, for the days, for the times you film, for the episodes that air. And then after the episodes air, they don't get like continuous royalties. The family doesn't. So they're paid at the time for the show, but there's nothing. People just, okay. So let's get over to Jana. So I told you guys like last night that I got some details from someone on the inside that there had been something that had happened at the house back in September, and that I was waiting for confirmation from the county or from the court about this. So I put in a Freedom of Information Act request to the courthouse, and I got an email back this morning from the clerk of the court. I believe her name is Megan. And I received a full copy of it, and quite a bit of it has actually been redacted. So they are not providing the police report from the court records, but this is what we have. So it's in the Elm Springs department. She was charged on the 10th of September with a Class B misdemeanor. And she was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor in the 3rd degree. And it happened on the 9th, and the charges were filed on the 10th. And it says that she paid fees to the court in a bail amount of $430. The charging document, which was filed on the 10th, they had her initial arraignment on October 13th, where she pled not guilty. She has her next court hearing. She paid here, if you can see, costs, fees, child victim crime fees, county jail fees, Tontitown City jail fee, and total fees of $130 for a total of $430. Her hearing was rescheduled to the 13th, and then her hearing was rescheduled again to the January 10th. And it says on charge number 1, endangering the welfare of a child, out of court, defendant pled not guilty. And her attorney is from the same attorneys, whatever you call it, the same group that helped Josh. So according to Arkansas's, this is the actual citation. It says that being duly and sworn disposes, it says that he or she reasonably causes to believe that the person named did within the previous 12 months commit the offense forth in the law. It happened at the house on Dowell. I'm guessing maybe outside on the main road. It has her information here. It says that it was on if you look all the way down here, it happened in the daylight. There was no traffic present. It was in a rural area on a 2-lane highway. So I told you guys yesterday that it was involving children, like maybe wandering. At this point, I don't have any further details than what's here, is that it happened on a 2-lane highway. And so they cited her. It happened at, I think they said 3:01 p.m. in the afternoon. That's the ticket number, so you can see it, 3:01 on the 9th. Here, I can flip this up. So this is the ticket number. This is her attorney, Gregory Payne of the Story Law Firm, which is Travis Story, who is the same person that was part of Josh Duggar's case. It's the state of Arkansas versus Jana Marie Duggar. Gregory Payne will be referencing her here. This is the notice of her trial to her attorney, which says that endangering the welfare of a minor in the third degree it happened on September 9th, and she has a bench trial on the 10th of January. And then in terms of the police report, then they sent me this, which is something from 2016, and it's all about how not all records are authorized for release under the FOIA, and because it's under a Child Maltreatment Act. So basically what they're saying is that parts of this case are sealed because it corresponds to a Department of Human Services child maltreatment case. Why are you guys keep asking happened? Just read what we were writing. Jana fell asleep, baby, wandered off. Okay. So what I don't know is what exactly happened or who the child was and any of that. This is what I was told last night, okay? But I, again, can't confirm anything from the court. So I can say this is what an insider told me. They said it had to do with children wandering and found in a very busy road, and it was a young child. But I also don't have any confirmation from the court. So anything that I've stated is literally just what was alleged by a source of what they heard happened or what they knew happened. Right now, the court hasn't released any of that information. So Jim Bob chooses just Travis' story for basically everything. Why was it kept quiet for so long? So I can tell you why it was probably kept quiet for so long is because it was not an easy case to find. So in the state of Arkansas, they have some parts of their cases that are handled through district courts, and then others are done through circuit courts. And if you are a person that they have like their city courts and then they have their like county courts. So this case is is in the same court where traffic tickets are done and where infractions are done. And she's charged with a Class B misdemeanor, which I can tell you what the actual penalties for this case are. So what she is charged with is called endangering the welfare of a child. Under this act in the state of Arkansas, it says a person commits the offense of endangering the welfare of a minor in the third degree if the person recklessly engages in conduct creating a substantial risk of serious harm to the physical or mental welfare of a person known by the actor to be a minor. It is used in the section, basically, what happens is if you're watching something and the child is in a situation where they're put at serious risk of harm, nothing bad actually had to happen, but it was the risk factor that could have been the deal. They were not driving. There was nobody in a car. It literally said they were not driving. It happened at the house and right outside the house. Dowell Road runs parallel to Jim Bob's property. Okay, so let me look. Let me see if I can get a map here. Okay, here's what it looks like. 548. Okay. I will pull this up for you guys so you can see it to show you what happened. Okay, So this right over here is where the Duggars live. And then Dowell Road is right here. So whatever happened was a child over here on Dowell. That's kind of a long ways of a walk. And it might be. So again, their house is over here and it happens over here. So, it could, I don't know. Yeah, the kids remain anonymous. It could be anyone. You have to remember there's quite a few minor children that are in that house. So we don't know, but it was a young child. That's all I know. And if someone is watching children and they are young and they're wandering and they're found, that far away from home, the child could end up getting hurt. So they are not releasing any details because it's also part of a DHS case. Okay. All I know is that the report says that there was a witness named Jason Hart. So perhaps Jason Hart saw the child and contacted the police. I don't know. Without the police report, I don't know. It simply just says witness was Jason Hart. So I'm assuming Jason Hart saw what was happening and notified them. That's my assumption right now. That is not confirmed. But again, the report says Jason Hart. Don't go bother Jason Hart, please. Okay. So somebody notified them clearly after seeing the kid. Department of Human Services. Department of Human Services. She was not driving. I will show you guys again. She was not driving. There was nobody in the car. There was no car. Jana took a plea deal today. Did she? Because I literally just got this from the court. It says Jana has entered a plea and is expected to appear in the Washington court on January 10th. The clerk said the 31-year-old has no children. Yeah, she's entered a plea of not guilty. So they're not saying that she took a plea deal. I'll show you what it says. There's no plea deal. She's entered a plea and it says not guilty right here. Right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right there is where it says not guilty. So she didn't take a plea deal. Her court date is on January 10th. So that's what was there. And then if you see up here, it says a witness of Jason Hart. So I'm guessing, again, my assumption is that Jason Hart witnessed something, and that might have been how they find out of what's going on with the child. You called this yesterday that law enforcement would go yard on the Duggars. So here's what I'm going to say about what's going on with the Duggars right now. What is going on with the Duggars is that there was this case with Josh, clearly, right? And with Josh, there's going to be a magnifying glass on the family because of the involvement of what Josh was involved in and charged with and convicted of. And there's also going to be DHS involvement because of what Josh was involved with. So when something like this happens, there's going to be DHS involvement because of what Josh is involved in. Whether it's one of Josh's kids or not, we have no idea. That's all I'm just saying is that, like, this is nobody getting persecuted. This is nobody being targeted. The only reason anyone has eyes on them now is because of what Josh was involved in. And I think yeah, she didn't enter, she already entered a plea. Pamela, do you read this? Can someone time her out? Okay, people don't listen. It says, plead of not guilty right here, and her court date is scheduled for the 10th. That is not a plea deal. If it was a plea deal, she would plead guilty or a no contest. Okay. She doesn't have any terms of release like that I see. I mean, again, you can see here, it says that she's pled not guilty. So I'll show you. Bench trial on the 10th at 1 o'clock. She's facing child endangerment of the 3rd degree. She has a bail of $430, and she pled not guilty. I didn't read the address wrong. I will show you again. It says that it happened at Arbor Acres and at Dowell. So it looks like they might have been at the intersection of Dowell and Arbor Acres. The witness found the child wandering near the road and called police, allegedly. She was arrested, and she was, you can see again, I'll show you again. She was charged. She had her assessment. She had to pay for bail. So yes, she was arrested. A Class B misdemeanor is a Class B misdemeanor is a sentence of up to 90 days in jail and up to $1,000 in fines. So you could have, in Arkansas, you can get a Class A. It's either child endangerment has like 1st degree, 2nd degree, and 3rd degree. 1st degree is a felony, a Class D, I believe. And then 1st degree or 2nd degree is a Class A misdemeanor, which would be up to a year behind bars. And then Class B, which is what this is up to 90 days in jail or fines. Probably, I'm guessing, will not do any jail time. Yeah, if she doesn't have any prior history, there you go. I'd rather have her as my Sally. I mean, I feel like Jana would make if Jana was your cellmate, your cell would probably be very pretty. I mean, do you ever look at her Instagram? She's very good with design. She'll probably get a fine in community services. So, all right. So that's where we're at with Jana. If I learn more, I will let you know. Again, I've made a request to Tontitown for a copy of the police report, and I have not received that yet. What I just showed you came from the district court in St. Elms, or in Elm, what was it? I'm sorry, not St. Elms. In Elm Springs District Court. So Megan Bonilla is the one that sent me. That's the cop. She's the clerk of the court there. So that's where I got that from. I put in a separate request to Tontitown Police for a copy of the police report. And at this time, so I'm sorry, she was not arrested. So she was not arrested. She just was issued a citation. I just got that in my inbox. Okay. She was not arrested. She was issued a citation. So she got like a ticket. It's kind of like a traffic ticket, like an infraction, like this. It's like a traffic ticket. So she was not arrested. So there's not a mugshot. She does not have a mugshot, but she did have to pay fines once she was arrested. Once she got the ticket, she paid $430. And then she pled not guilty. Well, I just assumed that she was arrested because it says she has bail. I mean, it literally says right here that she has bail. All right. It could be nothing big. It could be totally minor. Again, all I'm doing is sharing what happened and what's going on. When you are issued that type of ticket in Oregon, you're considered arrested. A citation was issued with a ticket. Okay. Either way, the Daily Beast says plea deal. I don't see a plea deal on here. I literally am showing you. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you guys. I feel very, like, are people listening? I'm showing you literally everything that the court sent me today. Everything. Not guilty. Bench trial on the 10th. Hearing scheduled on the 10th. Okay. It's the bots. I'm literally reading you right from the court documents. Okay. Like, I don't know why people are running to the Daily Beast and other outlines when I'm literally showing you, I got everything for you. It's right here. It's right here for you guys. Okay. So we are going to I have the actual document, correct. This is actually from the court, which does not say plea agreement. And it says, I certify this is a true and correct copy, and it shows you that I got it today. Jana was not arrested. She was issued a citation, and she paid a fine, and she goes to court on January 10th. Okay. I have had a long week. It's been a very long week. Okay. Jana is probably exhausted. Yes. I'm sure she is. Okay. So, anyways, I have almost, is that true? Is that true that I have almost 200,000 subscribers? Are you serious? Is that true? Is that true? Is it really that much? Oh my gosh, I am. I'm at 199,211. Do you think of the 13,000 people that are watching me right now, that 800 of you might not be actual subscribers? Wouldn't it be so neat if you all just subscribed right now and I hit 200,000 while you're on line with me? That would be so neat. I know it won't happen. Yeah, I was like, if 13,000 of you are watching, are 800 of you not subscribers? And wouldn't it be super cool? Go ahead and subscribe. You know, I'm 800 away from 200,000. Just a few off. Yeah, I'm your guilty pleasure. Well, thank you, Ashley. I'm glad you're here. We should do some type of giveaway. We could, maybe. Do you get another YouTube award? You don't. You don't get another YouTube award until you have 1 million. Maybe 200 though by Christmas. I'll probably have 200 by tomorrow, I'm thinking, the way that the channel growth has been happening. But I don't know. The last few weeks, it's been like 1,000 a day. I don't know. Oh, okay. So subscribe and make her happier than a duck in water. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay. So I'm not trying at all. Whoa, 200 people just subscribed. You guys, I just went from I literally just went from 199 to 11 to 426. If you are not subscribed, you should totally subscribe. It would be so cool. I did a donation to Rain this week. Thank you for your super chat. I didn't pretend like I know how many subscribers I have. I didn't know leading up to that moment how many I had, but I wasn't like pretending. Best content on YouTube? Oh, you're so sweet. Let's make it happen live. Should we see if we can make it happen live? I'm at 199,558 right now. We only need 450 more of you to subscribe. Oh my gosh, could this possibly happen? That would be so fun. That would be so cool. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Simca. Why would I lie? You would subscribe again if you could. You guys, it's been a long week. I feel bad for Jana. You know, I do. It's sad. There's so much stress that's put on her by the family without her having a subscribe chain, folks. We're at 199, 699 now. Oh my gosh, we only need 330 more subscribers. Can I slow down the chat? I already have on slow mode. Could it be, can I slow it down even more? Is that what you want? Like, I have it at 1 every 90 seconds. Do you want it at 1 every, let's see. I can slow it down a little bit. Let's go. Make it 200K in live. Keep it up, everyone. You guys are so cute. Okay, let me see. I have got you at live slow mode at 60 seconds. I'm going to slow you down to 90 seconds. All right. We're at 90 seconds. So every 1 minute and 30 seconds, you can say something. Okay, now we only need 250 more subscribers. Is there 250 of you that are not yet subscribed? Oh my gosh. Is it possible? Is it possible? Have you heard any more about the brothers versus Jim Bob and what their reaction was yesterday? I haven't had a chance yet to speak to anyone about what the brothers are thinking. I know that James was like liking some of Jill's posts. Unsubscribed? Oh, someone unsubscribed? I've mentioned many times prior to her to ask nicely and be patient. Her tone can be incredibly off-putting, and in return, I get slammed by fans. I'm sorry people slammed you. I didn't slam you. I'm so sorry. It costs nothing to subscribe. Yes. I'm sorry. It's been a very, very, oh my gosh, it's been a very busy week. And I've felt a lot of times overwhelmed with this content. I definitely feel like my nerves have been frazzled at times. And for sure, oh yes, he sure did. Jeremy, Jason just posted his story to Jeremy's post to his story, and he said, "Well said." So remember, I told you that Jason is the one that I was told that confronted Jim Bob and got upset with Jim Bob for allegedly lying on this witness stand. Thank you. And he basically called out his dad. John David spoke out against Josh. Okay, let me see. Whoa. People are sending me. John David. Where's John David? I don't see anything from John David. Are you sure? I don't see anything from John David. But they did say that Jeremy, I'm sorry, let me show you. Jason said, "Well said." And he agreed. Yes, we went through Jeremy's post. Can you see this? Well said. Whoa. Tooth Fairy, that's my husband's name. Don't worry about it. Okay. So Jason said, "Well said." And I don't see anything from John and Abby yet, but that could be. The boys are waking up. Correct. Oh, it makes me so happy. Did I pass 200 yet? I am at 199,907. So you guys, I only need 93 more of you who are watching to hit the subscribe button. We are almost at 200. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Let me see if I can get this photo so you can actually see it better. I'll show you. There's Jason saying, "Well said, Jeremy." So, oops, hold on. So, well said, Jeremy. So basically, a bunch of the siblings are now saying, "You just sent it to my Instagram." Of Jason or of John David? Well, I've gotten this one. You all keep sending me the same picture of Jason. But where is... Nope, I got the Jeremy one. I don't know what you sent. I got the Jason one, but I don't see anything related to John David. Jason with the mic drop, correct. I agree with that. Okay. As someone from the IBLP, I can say it's not surprising to see things falling apart with children at the heart of the issue. They are in a cult under a single man who has no kids. Bill Gothard. John hasn't posted anything. Yeah, I didn't see anything from John. You just subscribed. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Are we at 200,000 yet? Are we there yet? Oh, you guys! We did it! We did it! Oh my gosh! We did it! Yay! Woo, 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 woo! Yay! That's so fun. Thank you guys. Yay! Okay, I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I love your channel and have been a member on and off for 2 years. You have grown so much in your coverage. This year has been so good. I watch daily. Thank you. So exciting. I'm so excited. Thank you. You just subscribed. Thank you, Bridget. So grateful. Welcome to the newbies. Katie is the best. Yes. I just subscribed. I've been watching you for a couple years and I finally took the plunge. Thanks, Lois. I just subscribed and had to wait 5 minutes to chat. I've watched you a long time, Katie, the best reporter. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori. What's up with this Instagram account that has bad things to say about me? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Haters gonna hate. You subbed from your other channel. Oh, thanks, Eastwind. Thank you for your hard work covering all of this. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. You deserve it. You've been a member. You have. Lady Page, you've been here forever. I just subscribed and I've watched you for a while and I look forward to watching you every night. Congrats. Thank you, Darby. Darby's been a member for a very long time too. I have the best members. It is a live stream miracle. I actually didn't think that would happen. Thank you, Athena. Look at all my members being so sweet. Just subscribed. Thank you, Katie. I love my subs. Thank you, Tina. You guys are so sweet. You subbed. Oh, Clint, the tech witness, is doing an ANA on Duggar Snark. Interesting. That's so cool. If I talk about that over here, though, then they'll accuse me of stealing it. You are so... Oh, I'm not famous. But the siblings are starting to wake up. I am so happy about that. Me too. So it's been... Oh, best info on one of the biggest stories out there. I have been, you're the best. I've watched you for a year now and I joined Instagram because of you. Thank you. You guys, my Instagram is doing really well too. I've been working really hard on cross-promoting to make sure that everything here is working. And I'm at 75,000 over on Instagram. So if you haven't followed me over on Instagram, after a long, tired and emotionally draining week, 2,000 right now is perfect timing, right after Josh's conviction. Very impressive in all you've done. I knew you could do it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay. You guys are so sweet. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sewing Your Sony Andrews. You are such a hard worker and so great at sharing your opinion. I particularly like that you consider others' thoughts and are willing to change your stance as life unfolds. The last saga was the deal. Has been a deal. Just thanks. It's been very, wow. This has been, I just found you today and you're already in love. Oh, thank you. So happy for you. You've been working so hard. Glad it happened after a long week. Congratulations. Thank you, Shay. Okay. It has been a long week. It's been a long, oh, Wendy. Thank you, sweetheart. You guys are so sweet. All right. And Nadia, to my wonderful moderators, Nadia and my husband and Scarlett and Jesse and Rebecca, thank you guys for always helping out in the chat and being such good representations of this channel. I've been so many teachers watching Duggar. I'm the most informed. Thank you. Great coverage. Thank you. Okay. You're so glad you subscribed. Yay, me too. I'm so glad you subscribed too. Thank you, Strawberry. You're so cute. Okay. Ask me anything is what an AMA is. So there was one other thing I wanted to tell you guys about because, okay. So I talked to someone local. Check this out. And they told me that Jim Bob Duggar legitimately tells people I'm a prophet. So, you know, I told you, like, one of the people told me that Jim Bob, like, thinks he's anointed with God or whatever. And so I'm talking to someone yesterday and they said, yeah, Jim Bob just like kind of walks around. And this is from someone that used to work on the property. So this is from like someone that used to work on the Duggars property. If you're not familiar with the compound, they have like a whole area where there's like car stuff and like people can fix cars and things. And then there's office buildings. And so this person used to work on the property and said Jim Bob would like refer to himself as a prophet. But I have something interesting to share with you because somebody who actually is from the IBLP, well, a former member of the IBLP reached out to me to share with me that calling yourself a prophet is like kind of this thing that happens in this world. And basically, there's like these 7 personalities, like spiritual gifts in the IBLP. And prophecy is supposed to be one of them. They do like these little test things and it's their gift, right? So as I was trying to, let me see if I have the screenshot in here. For some reason, but the irony here is that, so his is prophecy. So he says he's the prophet, right? So it has a description of what it means to be the prophecy. And this is directly from the cult, okay? So this is what it says. A person with the motivational gift of prophecy applies God to a situation so that sin is exposed and relationships are restored. He or she has a strong sense of right and wrong and speaks out against compromise and evil. Does that sound like Jim Bob? The Apostle Peter played a significant role in the establishment of the church. Through his preaching, ministry, and writing, Peter encouraged men and women to believe in Christ, repent, and live according to the truth of God. The exhortation of Romans particularly relates to the gift of prophecy. It is especially important for a prophet to apply the principles of responsibility and maintain a clear conscience. And this discipline equips the prophet to speak the truth and boldly with love. Is that Jim Bob? Does he tell the truth? And he has not restored his relationship. He's got 2 girls that are cut off from his family, and he doesn't repent. So I don't think that's Jim Bob. Thank you, Terry, and thank you, Kate. So I don't know. I don't believe that that is actually true. But again, that is just me. Let me just jump over here really quick. We're about to wrap this up. Okay, so thank you guys all so much for being here. Apparently, Jim Bob being a prophet is from the IBLP, and Jana was not arrested. Jana was cited with a ticket. Jana's court date is in January. Josh is in jail. Apparently, Anna is feeling sad for her family, but also for the kids that were in the videos. And the Duggar divide continues. And Jason Duggar proudly comes out anti-Josh. How many other boys are going to come out against Josh and is coming out against Josh? So the kids apparently were warned if they don't support Josh publicly and they don't run the narrative of their father, they can risk being completely and utterly cut off and disobeying their dads. So let me just tell you what she said. As far as Jim Bob convincing his kids that he's God, I want to point out a fine line. Fathers heard from God that the children didn't. So even as adults, we were forced to think that our father's words were law. If we disobeyed our father's direction, even as adults, we would be cursed by God and our lives would end terribly. So basically, if they defied Jim Bob and they are disobedient to him, their lives will be cursed. They will be akin to witchcraft and they will be cut off. So, for all what's right with watching what's happening, ostracized, correct. So as every single person you see speaking out publicly, just remember with that, there can be loss for these kids. There's can be a lot. There's a lot of pain. So there's excitement in them breaking free, but then there's also pain, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So we can be happy, but then we also, the kids get shunned, they get cut off, they lose their families. So for the kids that are trying to do what's right, think good thoughts for them. This is not easy. Also think good thoughts for all of the kids that are harmed in the content that was downloaded by Josh. And I am going to go rest up for the night, and I hope you guys have a very good evening. Be kind to yourself. Thank you to all of you that subscribed. I am so grateful and so humbled that so many of you guys are here listening every single day. I hope next week we can get back to other stuff. Like, we'll always do the Duggars here because I feel like this is going to be the story that never stops. But hopefully we'll get back to some Sister Wives content soon and some other revisiting of other stories. All right, you guys. Thank you all for all of the subscriptions, 200K. I cannot believe it. I'm so grateful. Bye, guys.